This has helped us recover over $50,000. When someone rents from you, you're trusting them with your property, your time, and your reputation. But if something goes wrong, who's responsible? Without a signed contract in place, it's your word against theirs. That's why rental contracts are non-negotiable. They help set expectations, protect your business, and it helps you operate professionally, no matter the size of your business. Today, I'm going to show you how you could potentially protect your business and your money as well. Hi, my name is Tina Tran, and I am the communications manager here at The Rental Boys. And today I'm going to go over how contracts could protect your business and what should be in them. Now, the first thing a contract will help you with is to reduce your legal risk and your liability. So whenever you have a contract, it should clearly outline who is responsible for what, whether that's damages, theft, cancellation policies, or even your payment terms. It should outline every single detail in your rental process. Now, a big thing that we do for our contract is that every single time when something happens, we'll add onto our contract, and every quarter we will review our contract and see what could be added in place. Now, the reason why we do that is because, yes, your contract will protect you from everything. However, sometimes clients have a great way of finding loopholes around your contract. And something that Eddie has always said is that if it's something that can happen, it will happen. So making sure that you plug all of the little holes that you find in your contract, this will definitely help you with any other risks that may take place. In the event that you do receive a dispute, your contract is your legal protection. And it is definitely a safety net for you, because we've definitely received a couple of disputes, and our contract has helped us win these disputes just because clients are signing the contracts and knowing that whenever they do sign it, they are held liable for specific things, while we are excluded from some of these liabilities that are taking place. Without a contract, you are practically relying on informal communication. And this will definitely not protect you in court or in any insurance claims. So no matter how small or big your business is, please make sure you have a contract in place. Now, I am going to go over a couple of examples of terms that we have in our contracts that you could possibly add to yours. So the first thing that we have is a assumption of risk/release, and this is a discharge of liability. What this means is that we are stating that the customer or their guests may have some injuries or just anything like that while operating our equipment. What our contract is basically saying is that if this risk of injury happens, then the customer agrees to release and discharge the rentee, which is us, from all possible liability from that injury. Especially since they are operating their own equipment. Sometimes people don't operate it as safely as you and your employees might operate these equipment. So having this in place will definitely help protect you from being responsible to any injuries that happen to your client. Now, the second policy that we have in place is payment for loss or damage. Now, what this basically outlines is that if there is any damages or loss to our equipment, the client is responsible for reimbursing us that money. Now, we do have a damage waiver in place as well. However, under this specific policy, it will say that if the damage is intentional or if the damage exceeds that of the damage waiver, the client is still responsible for repayment of that damage. And of course, loss is never covered within our damage waiver, just because loss is intentional or it could be a lack of responsibility. And so for that, we always hold clients responsible for the repayment of those items. Now, the third and final thing that a contract will protect is your inventory and your business asset. Now, your inventory is expensive, and losing one or two chairs might not be a big of a deal for you, but over time, as these chairs start disappearing, it it will make a dent within your inventory. And for us, we've even had a time where we've lost 500 chairs all at once. So protecting your inventory is a big deal. Now, within your contract, you should include clauses for things like security deposits, replacement costs, and even some required care instructions that you leave to your clients so they know how they should be treating your equipment. And if an item comes back damaged or it doesn't come back at all, you will have the legal documentation to pursue reimbursement or even take legal action. Now, the first clause that I have for you guys that we have within our contract, and this is a big one for us, this is retaking of rental items, and we've actually had to use this quite a number of times. So what this policy is that if an item is not returned within the proper time frame, or if your client refuses to return an item, you are legally able to trespass onto their property, which is no longer trespassing because it's stated within the clause that you have the ability to do that. And you are able to take back your items from their property. And this is based on your own actions and your own terms. So there has been a time when we had to do this, and it was with Eddie. Of course, Eddie was always the one to take action whenever it comes to these things. And so what had happened was that our driver had came to this client's house multiple times to try to pick up the equipment, but each time they have been unsuccessful. So Eddie ended up going to that location. He saw that they had their items, or our items, in their backyard, and it was just a distance away. And because of that, he went through their woods because they had a wooded area leading into their backyard, and he ended up taking the items. Now, was the client happy? No. If you've seen our previous videos, she definitely put out a gun on him. However, because he had written within the contract that we had the legal ability to do that, if anything were to happen to Eddie, this would have been 100% her fault, and we wouldn't have been liable for any of the actions that had been taken place. Now, the second clause that I have under this category is indemnity / hold harmless. What this basically means is that whenever your clients agree to rent out specific items, they are also agreeing to take proper care of the items. They're not being needlessly irresponsible. They're not doing things to purposefully damage the items, and they're taking all of the precautions and the responsibility that comes with renting out these items. This means that if you're renting out, I don't know, tables to a college party, they're not jumping on your tables, right? They're not doing things that would intentionally damage that item. Rather, they're just using it for the intended use. And of course, for tables, you're using it, I don't know, to eat, to sit down, to socialize, etc. So it's nothing crazy like doing WWE moves on these items. Now, with Rent More Pro, contracts are sent out automatically. Whenever clients pay their deposit, a contract will automatically be sent to them so that they could sign it. And we do have a contract dashboard, so you could see who signed it, who's been sent but have not signed, and it keeps track of all of the contracts that you have in place so that you could always pull it out if anything. Now, if you would like to see some more information on what should be included within your contract, I will have linked below an article that will kind of help you outline some of the things that you need. Now, if you really want to be well-rounded and protected for your contract, we are also selling our contract right now at 20% off. And remember, this contract has helped us recover $50,000 worth of damages, and we've invested over $5,000 in creating this contract. So please click the link below to get an order of your contract today. Now, if you like this video and would like to see more like it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe so that we could bring you more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.